Thank you everyone for joining the online meditation program. Today we are going to introduce the Swadhisthana chakra, and we'll be having a collective meditation to begin with, and then we will listen to a speech by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation, as the lady in the picture. Her introduction of Swadhisthana chakra, and then we'll meditate on the Swadhisthana chakra. So first, we can all together raise our Kundalini and give bandhans. We can put both our hands on the lap and bring our attention to the Sahasrara at the top of the head. We can place our right hand onto the heart. And here we can sing our hearts first several times. I am the Spirit in our heart. I am the Spirit. Now we can move our right hand to the left abdomen below the ribcage. And here we can sing our hearts for several times. I am my own master. Now I can move our right hand to the lower part of our left abdomen where the torso and leg meets on the outer side. And here we can sing our hearts for several times. Please give me the pure knowledge Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. You can put our right hand to the left neck where the neck and shoulder meet. You can turn our face slightly to the right. And here we can sing our hearts several times. I'm not guilty at all. We can move our right hand to the forehead. And here we can slightly lean forward. Then we can say, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Now we can put our right hand on the top of the head. And we can massage clockwise the top of the head. And we can sing our hearts for several times. Please establish my self-realization. Now we can put down our right hand. We can bring our attention to the top of the head where our hand was. And we can slowly open our eyes. And now we can together watch the speech of Shri Mataji on the Swadhisthana chakra.
Another one that we have is the Swadhisthana center, which is the second center. Second center has got 6 plexes, and it supplies or it manifests in the gross, the aortic plexus, which also has got 6 subplexes. Now, this center is very important for us in the modern times. It's extremely important, and I think neglect of this center can create lots of problems. Now, this center, if you see, is connected with the brain. And this center is responsible for our action, is the center of our creativity. When we think of the future, when we do any physical work, we use this center for that purpose. And one has to understand that these days we are developing lots of diseases because we have not understood what is the function of this center is. The foremost function of this center is to convert the fat cells for the use of the gray matter in the head. When we think too much all the time about the future, we plan, we go on planning into all details, what happens is that this poor center has to work very hard to produce new cells one after another for the use of your brain. Apart from that, it has to do many other functions. It has to look after your liver, it has to look after your spleen, it has to look after your pancreas, your kidneys, and also uterus among women. If you start thinking too much, all the time thinking, if you cannot stop your thinking, all the time your brain goes on thinking, a sort of a thinking process starts without your control, then poor this center has to work all that, your liver goes out. When your liver goes out, you must know that liver is one of the most important things within us because it nourishes our attention. Chitta, it nourishes our chitta. Now this attention, whenever it is spoiled because there are certain poisons within us. It can be physical poisons, it can be mental poisons, it can be emotional poisons, any kind of poisons there are, especially the physical and the emotional ones, they go to this liver, which sorts it out. This is the function of this liver, is to sort it out. But when you are not giving it sufficient energy, you are using it for thinking, then poor this center is left behind. It has no nourishment, nobody looks after it, it becomes sluggish. When it becomes sluggish, all the heat accumulates in the liver. And such a person doesn't get any temperature till he gets cirrhosis and he dies. Now, when thinking goes on too much, people get tired of thinking too much. So they think that let's have something that will take us away from thinking, which will give us a kick outside. So they take some sort of a drug or a drink or alcohol and all that. All the saints in the world have said that alcohol is very dangerous for life. The reason is it goes against our awareness. This is a fact. You know that after taking a drink, our awareness becomes blurred or excited. It's not normal. That is the reason they said no. In Sahaja Yoga, I do not say don't do this or don't do that. I only want you to come to Sahaja Yoga, get your realization, and then you will not ask for it. That's a much better way to do it. But why they asked? For example, if you read Moses has clearly said that these are strong drinks. Very clearly, I don't know if people read that. And they should be avoided. I don't know if the Jews do that. They should not be taken, he's very clearly said it. Abraham said the same thing, that drinks are not good. Why all these prophets talk about it? Because they are all born in that green patch of ours. They are all placed in this green patch where we get our sustenance, which is 10. We have got 10 sustenances within us, like the gold has a sustenance that it does not tarnish. In the same way, human beings have got 10 sustenances. And these 10 sustenances are represented by great prophets. The principal is called as Adi Guru in Sanskrit language, the primordial master. He has incarnated on this earth as Abraham, Moses, as Lao Tse, as Confucius, as Socrates. Recently, he has been as Sai Nath of Shirdi, not the other fellow, and other great people have been, like Nanaka, Janaka. All these great saints came on this earth to tell us how to keep in the center, how to keep our sustenance, how to be human beings. As carbon has got 4 valencies, we too have got 10 valencies. We have to maintain those 10 valencies within us. That's what they came to tell us. But you see, if anybody says now, don't drink, half of the hall will be empty. If you say you cannot have free sex, 5 people will walk off. That's the problem. Here, nobody likes to know anything about it, but it's a dangerous thing to do. Whatever it is that you have to keep in the center. You have to be in the center. And how to keep in the center is not to go to extreme, be moderate. And moderate life is the best way. But even if you have not been, doesn't matter. Kundalini is at this point in such a force that whatever you might have done, you get your realization quite all right. So it's a different point. But what I'm trying to tell you is this, that why these people said so. Why they said. Now Muhammad is another one who said don't drink. He's one of them. He's just the same. There's no difference. There's no difference between Moses and Muhammad. I can prove it to you on vibrations. You can yourself know through vibrations that they were the same people, said the same thing. There's no difference of any kind. It's only people are fighting. I don't know why. I just can't understand what is there to fight between these two. They were just the same, preached the same thing. And when Moses crossed the river and the bridge was made, that bridge is the bridge which is symbolic of the Kundalini that creates for you to cross this void within us. It's very symbolic. They have worked so hard to tell you what is sustenance, where we have to be in the center. Because if you are in the sustenance, as he said, that only a thread of this Kundalini rises. It is not one thread that should rise. Actually, I've seen in people, the whole of it goes up like that and stays there in many people. But the trouble is, it rises because there's no space to rise. We have finished off with the Swadhisthana and with the another chakra which is in the center, which is the color is wrong. Hold on. In the center, that is called as Nabhi chakra, means a navel center.
I'll stop the talk, yeah? As we have introduced the Navi and the voids previously. Now we can again place both our hands on the lap. Bring our attention to the top of the head, the Sahasrara. And we can just sit very comfortably and we can meditate on Shri Mataji's speech on the Swadhisthana. Or meditate on something, we can put our attention on Sahasrara and on the content. At the same time, we keep true thoughtlessness. So we can keep our attention on Sahasrara, as on Swadhisthana. And can sit comfortably with tiny thoughts. We can again slowly open our eyes, and we can complete the meditation by raising our kundalinis and give bandhans. Thank you everyone for coming to the online meditation. Next time we will be introducing the heart chakra. Before that, we recommend that every day to meditate twice, in the morning and in the evening. And of course, you can meditate as much as you like throughout the day. So for now, enjoy the meditation and see you next time. Goodbye.